Hmm. Okay, so up to the last class, we have completed all the concepts about the sets, the relations, and functions. So for the CET level, we have to prepare it well because this is a topic from the 11th class. That's why in the CET, out of the 50 questions, 10 questions comes from the 11th class topic. So sequence and series also from the 11th class. Sets, relations, functions also from the 11th class. So that's why compulsory will get the two questions from the sets, relations, functions, and one question from the sequence and series for the CET level. So we have to prepare those topics well. Now we will go for the another very important topic, which is called trigonometry. Keep the heading trigonometry. Trigonometry. Okay. So this trigonometry, few topics are there in the 11th class syllabus and a few topics are there in the 12th class syllabus. That's why, so the entire trigonometry compulsorily, so we have to do it properly. So first come to here, what is this trigonometry? Means it is actually very important topic because if you know all the formulas and the concept from the trigonometry, then we will feel that the entire remaining mathematics is very easy. Not only mathematics, even in the physics also, 30 to the 40% of the concepts are related to the trigonometry are based on the trigonometry. That's why. So those problems, numericals also easily we can able to solve it. Even for the NEET students also, this is very important topic. Even though if you go for the higher classes, in every subject, without the trigonometry, we can't expect any subject, except some theoretical subjects. So all the numericals based will be based on will be the trigonometry only. That's why it is very important topic. So everyone compulsory should learn all the basic formulas from the trigonometry. Okay. Now, so what is this trigonometry? Why we have to study the trigonometry? So all these concepts we should know it. So actually, in the mathematics, remaining all the topics are the derived topic, but the trigonometry is the defined topic. So this is developed by the definitions only. So this is the defined topic. So the entire development in the math and the science sector or the technical sector, we can divide into the two parts. One part is that before the trigonometry and after that after the trigonometry. So before invention of the trigonometry, the development in the science and mathematics sector is almost of all negligible. When the trigonometry came into the existence, then the lot of drastic changes have happened in the field of science and technology. That's why the trigonometry role is significant in the field of the science and technology. That's why whatever the technology we are enjoying today, behind this each and every technology, the trigonometry plays the main role. So to understand any technology, so the trigonometry is the better or best tool. That tool only we have used it for developing any technology. That's why this trigonometry has lot of significance. That's why. So compulsorily every student, either a mathematics student or the biology students or any other art student, they should have at least the basic idea about the trigonometry. So then they can understand the other topics somewhat easily. Okay. So that's why. So concentrate properly on the trigonometry. So because this is the topic based on the formula and as well as the application. So first of all, we should learn the formulas. Then after learning the formulas, how to apply that formulas, this is very important. So we should develop the application skills in you. Okay. So because different problems or the different methods, different procedures will be there. So to solve such problems compulsorily, you should develop the application skills in you. Okay. Now, what is this trigonometry? Means actually this is the trigonometry. It is not an English word. So it is the word derived from the Latin. This is the combination of the three words. One is the tri. Tri means how much?
Three.
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 Three. Next one is gonos. These are the words of the Latin language. Gonos. Gonos means that is the angle. Gonos means
Right.
angle. Another one is metric. Metric means that is called the measurement. So three gonos metrics. So that is the trigonos matrix, means that is a three angle measurement. So trigonometry is nothing but three angle measurement. Okay, where we will find the three angles? कहाँ मिलेंगे हमको three angles?
Triangle.
Triangle में. So that's why the trigonometry, it is the subject or it is the topic which is the concept based on the triangle only. So in this trigonometry, we will find the relation between the sides and angles of the triangle. So the relation between the sides and angles of the triangle, you will find by using the trigonometry, right? Okay. If you find the relation between the sides and angles, क्या फायदा? What is the use of that? Where we will use this concept? Means in everywhere, in every technology side, in to find any unknown thing at the heights and distances, then we will use the concept of that trigonometry. Particularly in the astronomy, if you observe that, astronomy, so in the astronomy, because the scientist has developed a lot, so many things they have identified, so so many things they have invented. So particularly, they know what is the sun family. So they identified how many planets are there in the sun family, and they have given the proper definition for the planet and what is the size of each planet and what will be the distances between the planets, and particularly they identified some stars. They didn't give the names for all the stars, but they identified the some stars. So at what distance the stars are available with us. So all those things they identified it in the astronomy. So in this astronomy, so since we know that the radius of the earth or the diameter of the earth that we know it. Tell me what is the radius of the earth? Earth का radius क्या है? पता है क्या?
2 pi r.
2 pi r. What is r? What is the radius of the earth? The radius of the earth is around 6,400 kilometers. 6,400 kilometers is the radius of the earth. Okay, so this is around 6,399 something. So approximately you can take that 6,400 kilometers. How do you know it? How it is possible to know it? So anybody made the hole to the earth and they measured with the scale? No. Only by the help of the telescope and only by the calculations by the trigonometry, they identified the radius of the earth. Of course, there's a different theoretical theorems also it was proved it. So this is correct. This is 6,400 approximately, that is the radius of the earth. Similarly, what is the radius of the sun? Sun का radius क्या है? Actually, the radius of the sun is approximately more than 12,000 kilometers. It is 12,000 something kilometers. That is the radius of the sun. How it is possible? How do we know that? Because up to now nobody has entered even nearest to the sun also, but even though we know what is the radius of the sun, so that is we are identified it. How it is possible? So anybody by sitting on the sun, they made a hole to the sun to find its radius? No. By using the tool of the trigonometry only, so they identified what the radius of the sun and what is the distance from the sun to the earth and everything. The radius from the sun to other planets and everything they identified it. How they identified it means, so the person who was sitting on the earth, so from this particular point, if you observe the sun with the telescope, don't observe with the naked eye because the eyes get damaged. So don't observe the sun with the naked eye. So by observing with the telescope, so generally the sun is going to make an angle of 2 degrees at the human eye who is there on the earth. So if we observe through the telescope, to the help of the telescope, if you observe the sun, then that sun is going to make an angle of the 2 degree with the human eye who is sitting on the earth. So that is one of the general knowledge question. So 2 degree angle it is going to make it. Then with that, if you since this is the center of the sun, and if you join base, then this angle becomes the 1 degree, half of this. This becomes the 1 degree. Now we can observe that this is the triangle ABC that we can form it. This is the right angle triangle. So ABC is the right angle triangle. So then in that we know the one angle, and this is the 90-degree angle, and we know that the total angle in the triangle is 180 degree. That's why this angle will be that 89 degree. Because this is 1 degree, we know that. This is the 90 degree and this is the 89 degree. Means in a triangle we know all the three angles. So by using the trigonometry, if we know any three things in the triangle, easily you can find the remaining three things. Means three sides and three angles will be there in the triangle. The three sides and three angles, we will call them as the properties of the triangle. Out of the 6 properties, if you know any 3 properties, compulsorily we can able to find the remaining 3 properties by using the concept of the trigonometry. So here we know that these 3 angles, then we can find remaining 3 sides also. This side and this side and this side also we can able to find it. Okay. So then if you find this, then this is the radius of the sun. So that we have calculated, that was given as around 12,000 kilometers. Okay. And then the same concept, we also can able to find the distance from the sun to the earth. The distance, that is AB, also we can able to find it. So AB and as well as from the centers, if you join that, these two sides are equal only. So that's why, so the distance from the center of the earth to the center of the sun is called the distance from the sun to the earth. So that distance also we know it, that is called the distance from the sun to the earth, we will call it as an astronomic unit. The distance from the sun to the earth, we will call it as an astronomic unit. So one astronomic unit means that is the distance from the sun to the earth. Okay. So this is the unit we will use it to measure the longer distances. Okay. So the bigger measurement than this is that light year. The light year is the biggest measurement. We will use it for measuring the very longer distances. What is meant by this light year? Light year represents, that is the distance taken for a light ray to travel in 1 year. In 1 year, how much distances that light is going to travel, which is called the light year. Do you know the velocity of the light? What is the speed of the light? Light का speed पता है क्या? This is 3 lakh kilometers approximately per second. The velocity of the light is 3 lakh kilometers per second, or 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second, or 3 lakh
per second.
3 lakh kilometers per second. Means 1 second the light ray will travel a distance of 3 lakh kilometers. Okay. So this light ray, how much distance it will travel in 1 year, which is called the light year. So this is the longest measurement we will use it to measure the distances between the planets. So by using this light year only, we can identify how much distance all the stars are available from the earth. So the nearest star to us is the sun. Sun is the nearest star to us. So the distance from the sun to the earth, we will call it as an 1 astronomical unit. Okay. So that is less than the light year only. That is less than the light year. Then after the sun, the next nearest star from this is that Proxy Centauri. The next star is that Proxy Centauri. This is the next nearest star after the sun. So the distance of this Proxima Centauri is around 14.3 light years away from us. The next star after the sun, which is nearest from the Earth, is that the Proxima Centauri, which is around 14.3 light years away from us. After this Proxima Centauri, the next nearest star is around more than 70 light years away from us. Remaining all the stars which are almost of all more than 100 light years away from us. That meaning is that so whatever the light we are seeing in the stars today, that is not a today's star. Suppose if the Proxima Centauri, if you want to see in the sky, whatever that star we are seeing, that is not the light of the today, that is the light of 14.3 years back light. So approximately all the stars are almost over 100 years light, 100 light years away from us. So whatever that light we are observing today in the sky, that is not the today's light, that is almost of all more than 100 years back light we are able to see today. So today's light, if you want to see that, we have to stay for more than 100 years again. That's right. So all these things we can able to find only by using the concept of the trigonometry. So after developing of the trigonometry, the astronomy was developed a lot. Astronomy, not astrology. There's a lot of differences there from the astrology to the astronomy. Astronomy is the science. Astrology, I don't know. So all the concepts of the astronomy, so we can understand better if you have the trigonometry in our hand. Okay, not only the astronomy, any technology, even in the mathematics also, remaining all the concepts will be based on the trigonometry only. So that's why, so we have to concentrate and we have to practice properly in the trigonometry. If you feel this trigonometry is very easy, then remaining the entire mathematics series will feel that it is very, very easy. Okay, okay. Before going to the trigonometry, first of all, we should know the concept about the angle. First, give the somebody angle and its measurement. Let's give the somebody angle and its measurement. First of all, you should understand what is the angle. How do you define the angle? Then we will see how we will measure this angle. Okay? आपका स्कूल लेवल से आपको 10th क्लास तक आपको पता है एंगल बोले तो यूज टू मेजर इन टर्म्स ऑफ द डिग्री, राइट? एंगल बोले तो क्या है? हाउ डू यू डिफाइन द एंगल? बताओ एंगल कैसे डिफाइन कर सकता? How can you define the angle? पता है क्या आपको definition angle का?
Sir, angle is a figure formed by two rays.
Figure formed by two rays. Can you define like that? Suppose this is one ray, this is another ray. Can I call it as an angle between them? No, because this is the mathematics. We should have 100% accuracy. So, what is meant by the
Angle is the inclination between two sides.
Inclination बोले तो कैसा? Suppose these are the two sides. If you extend them, which inclination is this or this? कौन सा angle? Angle between the two lines बोले तो ये बोल सकता है, ये बोल सकता है क्या? So here look at that the proper definition of the angle. Angle we can define as like this.
Space between intersecting lines.
मैं वही बोल रहे ना. Intersecting बोले तो हमको दो type of angle मिलेगा. Suppose this is one line, this is another line. The two lines are intersecting. The angle between the two lines बोले तो ये वाला है क्या, ये वाला है क्या? कौन सा वाला? कौन सा angle? Can I take either this or this? So that's why. So we should have the proper definition about this, and 100% accurate concept. You should know it. Look at this. What is meant by the angle? How do you define the angle? Means the angle is nothing but the amount of the rotation of a ray with respect to the source point is called an angle. Angle is nothing but the amount of the rotation of a ray with respect to a source point is called an angle. Means, suppose there is a source point. If this source is generating a ray, suppose if this ray is going in one particular direction. Suppose if this source, if I rotate a little bit, then the direction of this ray is going to change. The direction of the ray is going to change. This amount of the rotation, how much I have rotated this source, that is called the angle. The amount of the rotation of the ray with respect to the source point is called an angle. Okay, understand that. Since it is the ray, means this is the ray is going in one direction and this is also the ray is going with the same direction. Remember that. So to measure the angle, to measure the amount of the rotation, that both the rays should go in the same direction. Remember that. Okay. Then only we will, this amount of the rotation will call it as an angle between the two rays. Okay. So sometimes, suppose if one ray is going away from the source point, another ray is coming towards the source point. If another ray is coming towards the source point, in certain cases, this amount of the rotation, we can't call it as an angle between the two rays. This is, we'll call it as a supplementary angle between the two rays. To find this angle, then extend this particular ray. If extend this, then this is the direction that ray is going away here. So this ray also going away from the source point, this ray also going away from the source point, then this angle of rotation, this amount of the rotation, we will call it as an angle between the source point, and this angle, this 180 degree minus theta, this is called a supplementary angle. Understand? Means if you want to find the angle between the two rays, remember that both the rays should go away from a source point. Should go away from the source point. Then that amount of the rotation, we will call it as an angle between the two rays. Okay. Suppose for example, if there is a source point, if one ray is coming towards the source point, another also coming towards the source point. Now can I call this amount of the rotation is an angle between them? ये बोल सकते क्या angle between them?
No.
Yes, you can say, because suppose if I extend this ray is going away from that and this is also going away from this. Okay. Now these two rays are going away from that. That's why this is the angle between the two rays. If this is angle between the two rays, we know that the alternative angles are equal. So if this is the theta, this is also will be the theta. That's why if you want to find the angle between the two rays, remember that both the rays should go away from that or should come towards the source point. So both should come towards the source point or should go away from the source point. Then that amount of the rotation, we will call it as an angle between the two rays. Understand? If one ray is going away from that, if another ray is coming towards the source point, then that amount of the rotation, we will call it as the supplementary angle between the two rays. Understand that? So this is the difference between the angle and supplementary angle. Okay? This is the point you should understand. So this is the definition of the angle. This you should understand this. So the angle is nothing but the amount of the rotation of a ray with respect to the source point is called the angle between the rays. Understand? Like that you can define the angle. Now, after giving the definition of the angle, how do you measure these angles? The measurement of the angles is also important, because up to the school level, just we are aware about the measurement of the angle only with one system, that is the degree system. But not only the degree system, of course, every country has the different systems to measure the angles. But universally accepted systems, there are the three systems are there. So universally accepted system. So for measuring these angles, the first system is that gradient system. Gradient system, or this is, we can also call it as an British system. So this is the first system to measure the angle. The second one is that sexagesimal system. Sexagesimal system, or this is, we can also call it as an degree system or American system or degree system. The third one is that the radian system. The radian system. So these are the three systems are there to measure the angle. Okay. So in this gradient system or the British system, all the UK countries will follow this system. Remaining all the countries will follow this degree system. And the radian system will be followed by all the universe, the entire universe. That is, all the countries are going to follow the radian system. Because the British people, they will not follow the degree system. The American people, they will not follow the British system. But the Indian people will follow both the systems also. Okay. So first of all, you should know what is this gradient system or the British system first. So this gradient system or the British system is nothing but, so actually the Britishers was given the definition for measuring the that angle. How they have given the definition means they have considered one unit circle. One unit circle means the radius of the circle is 1 unit. 1 unit means it may be 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 kilometer, whatever it may be there. So they have considered 1 unit radius circle. Okay, that is called the unit circle. So they have divided this entire circle into the 400 equal parts. They have divided this entire circle into the 400 equal parts like this. Like that, they have divided into the 400 equal parts. If you divide this into the 400 equal parts, then the angle made by each part at its center, they have called it as an one gradient. So that gradient was represented by G, small g. So 1 power G, if you represent it, if you write it, we have to read it as an one gradient. Okay. So the definition for the gradient was given as like that. So the one gradient is nothing but a unit circle is divided into the 400 equal parts. The angle made by each part at its center is called one gradient. That is the definition was given for the gradient. This we should understand. Okay. So how many parts were divided? The entire circle. Total how many parts it was divided?
400.
400 equal parts. Then the angle between each part is one gradient. Therefore, what is the total angle in the circle?
400.
Total 400.
400
What is the,
radian.
therefore, as per the British system or the gradient system, the circular angle is the 400 gradient. So that is the first definition or the first measurement was given for the angle. Okay. So the circular angle is the 400 gradient. Now tell me, what is the half circle angle or the straight line angle? It's not the half
200.
circle angle. 200
200.
gradient. So 200 gradient. That is the half circle angle or the straight line angle. Then what will be the right angle?
100 gradient.
100
gradient.
100
Gradient. So as for the definition of the British system or the gradient system, so these are the angles we have to measure. The total circular angle is the 400 gradient, half circle angle is the 200 gradient, and the right angle is the 100 gradient. So for the higher studies, whenever you go to the UK, then compulsorily we have to follow this system only, not the degree system. They are not going to follow the degree system, they will follow this system only. Okay. So this is the degree, this gradient system. Now if you come to the hexadecimal system, we can also call it the degree system. What is meant by this system is, this is the modified system of the gradients only. So in this system, what they did is, they also have considered the same unit circle. So they also consider the same unit circle. Now they have divided this unit circle into the 360 equal parts. They have divided this into the 360 equal parts. In the place of the 400, they have divided into the 360 equal parts. Then the angle made by each part at its center has called as an 1 degree. So that degree will be represented by the capital D, or simply this is, you can write as an, because the definition of the degree was taken from the circle, that's why you have to represent by the circle symbol. Okay, At the top, we have to represent by the circle symbol to represent the degree. That is the 1 degree. Understand? Therefore, the definition of the degree is like that. A unit circle, if you divide it into the 360 equal parts, the angle made by each part at its center is called 1 degree. Okay, that is the definition of the degree. So total how many parts we have divided the entire circle?
360.
360.
Therefore, what is the circular angle?
360 degree.
360 degrees. Therefore,
360
circular
degree.
angle is 360 degrees. Degrees means compulsorily you have to give this symbol. If the symbol is not there at the top, then it is not in the degrees. That is considered as the radians only. That's right. For to measure the angle, G or that circle compulsory you have to keep that. Similarly, what is the half circle angle?
180
degree.
degree.
So 180 degrees. Or what is the right angle?
90 degree.
90 degrees.
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Okay. So this is the system in the degree system. So up to school level, you are aware about this system. And the definition of the degree was given as like that. A unit circle. Excuse me. So a unit circle is divided into the 360 equal parts. Then the angle made by each part at its center is called 1 degree. Okay, that is the definition of the degree. Now, here if you observe that 100 gradient is equal to 90 degree. From this, 1 gradient is equal to is 90 by 100 degrees. 1 gradient is equal to 90 by 100 degrees. So where 0, 0 gets cancelled, it is 9 by 10 degrees. So 1 gradient is equal to 9 by 10 degrees. Understand? Means whenever if you know the angle in terms of the gradient, if you want to convert that in terms of the degrees, that you have to multiply the value of 9 by 10. 9 by 10 से multiply करना पड़ेगा, right? Suppose for example, if there is the 20 gradients are there, so 20 gradients angle if I know it, I want to convert this in terms of the degree. To convert this value divided by the 9 by 20, 9 by 10. 9 by 10 से multiply करो. Then there is 0, 0 gets cancelled, 9 to the 18 degrees. Means 20 gradient is equal to 18 degrees. Okay. So like that, you can convert the gradients into the degrees. Similarly, if you want to convert the degree to the gradient, this 9 by 10 bring this size will become the 10 by 9. So 10 by 9 gradient is equal to 1 degree. So 10 by 9 gradient is equal to 1 degree. Means if you know the angle in terms of the degree, if you want to convert that in terms of the gradient, then you have to multiply that angle by the 10 by 9. So we will multiply by the 10 by 9 gradient. Okay. Suppose for example, suppose 27 degrees there. 27 degree. I want to convert that in terms of the gradient. To convert this, multiply this value by the 10 by 9. Multiply that value by the 10 by 9. So 9 ones are, 9 threes are get cancelled. 3 into 10 means that is 30 gradient.
30.
So like that, we can convert the degrees into the gradients or gradients into the degrees. If you want to convert the gradients into the degrees, multiply that value by the 9 by 10. If you want to convert the degrees to the gradients, multiply by the 10 by 9. Okay. Of course, in our syllabus, that gradient system we are not going to follow. But for the higher studies, so somewhere else you may find that gradient system also. Now, if we come to this radian system, this is the universally accepted system. So in our 11th and 12th standards also, in 80% of the cases, 80% of the cases, we will represent the angles in terms of the radian system only. So it is very, very important system to us. So in terms of the degrees, in very few cases only we are going to represent it. All the angles we will try to represent in terms of the radians only. That's why this is very, very important system to us. Okay. Okay. Now come to this. What is meant by this radian system? So this radian system is nothing but, so there is no special definition for the radian system. So this radian system, it was equated as like this. The half circle angle in the gradient system is the 200 gradient, and that is 180 degrees. This 200 gradients are 180 degrees. Just a minute, some disturbance are coming. अंजलि आप म्यूट करो. Now, as for the radiant system, 200 gradient is equal to 180 degree. That is equal to the, it is defined as an pi radian. That is, they have equated as like this. So 200 gradients, that is half circle, 180 degrees, that is equal to the pi radian. So that is the defined, that is like this. So here radian means, because this pi, it is defined for the half circle. That's why the symbol to represent the radian represented by the half circle like that. To represent by the half circle, to represent the half circle, this is, you have to read it as the pi radian. So 180 degree is equal to the pi radian. Or if nothing is there at the power of this angle, even though we have to read it as the radians only. That is, suppose if I write that angle is 2 bole, so we have to understand that is the 2 radians only. If nothing is there, you have to understand that is in terms of the radian. Okay? If it is there in the terms of the degree, compulsory this circle symbol should be there. Otherwise, we have to understand that that is in the radians only. That's why this is the definition was given for the radian. Therefore, 180 degree is equal to the pi radian. Now tell me, 90 degree is how much? 90 degrees.
Pi by 2.
Pi by 2 radian.
2/2.
45 degree बोले तो
5/4.
5/4. 60 डिग्री बोले तो 60 डिग्री बोले तो
3 by
180 upon
5 by
3 is 60. That's what is 5 by 3. 30 degrees बोले तो 30 degrees.
5 by 6.
5/6.
5 by 6. Then 50 degrees बोले तो 30 पे आधा. Half of the 30. 5 by 12.